Hello everyone. On today's agenda, we have Iyengar Yoga for a flexible mind and body. Okay, the emphasis of today's practice is side bending, and it's work that I very much enjoy. I hope you will too. Sometimes it took me a while to understand sort of my relationship with these side bending poses. And I think it's really an interesting and worthwhile exploration to maybe unpack that for yourself as you go through this practice. What is it about these side bending asanas, these side bending poses that make you feel, I want to say good, but make you feel however it is you feel? I will not give you the answer. It's a personal thing, but I will direct you to both at the beginning of your practice and at the end to observe your body, your breath, especially your breath, and your state of mind. I think you'll find that these side bending asanas have really a noticeable effect on all three areas. So I'll leave you with that, and let's get to the mat. Let's get to it. Okay, let's begin with Uttita Trikonasana, and we're going to do it using a wall, and it's a modified variation of Trikonasana. Okay, so right foot, turn it out, turn the leg out, and flex your toes so that the toes go up the wall. Toe mounds are on the ground, and your heel is also well grounded. And let's begin with a really short Trikonasana. So you can see I have very little distance here between my right and left leg. Okay, now from here, bend your right knee, bend it a little, just a little, and turn the knee back. Okay, turn from the inside to the outside, rotate the thigh, and now as you press your foot into the floor, straighten your leg. Okay, now extend your right arm up the wall and climb your fingers higher and higher up the wall here. Okay, now on your back leg, your left leg here, from your outer hip to your ankle bone, reach down, cut the outer edge of the foot down. Okay, this hip here can go back. Now again, there's a bit of a circular action here. So let's see if I can walk you through it. Bend your right knee again. Turn your right knee, turn your thigh. Now press down into the floor with your foot, and simultaneously, as you straighten that right leg, crawl your fingers further and further up the wall. So there's a relationship here between how you work with the leg and the amount of length that's possible in the side body. Okay, again, bend the knee, turn the knee back, turn the thigh, and then as you straighten, pull the leg bone up and crawl your fingers further up. Lengthen your side waist, side ribs, side chest, all the way towards those fingers. On the back leg, from the outer hip to the ankle bone, reach down, roll the edge of the foot, press back. Okay, now slowly we're going to increase the distance of this Trikonasana. So on your left leg, just to disturb yourself as little as possible, turn the toes of the left foot out and then kick the heel out. And all of a sudden, right, wider stance here. And now let's repeat. Bend the right leg, turn the knee, turn the thigh, and as you straighten, crawl the fingers up. Don't let the hands slide down. Okay, roll the outer edge of your left foot down, hip back, breathe. Feel the length on the underside of your body, feel the length on the top side, and your other arm can just be here on your hip. Wrap your elbow back. Careful that the head isn't kind of pulling you forward. Head back, chest open. One more time, bend the knee, turn the thigh, straighten the leg, reach the arm up. Maximize the length on the underside of the body. Okay, go wider still. Turn the left foot out, kick the heel out, get a broader stance. Bend the right knee, turn the thigh, pull your leg bone, Right leg bone up into the hip, crawl the fingers up. Feel that side waist. Can you get some more length there? Open through the side chest. Crawl your fingers higher. And then let's go wider still. Turn the toes of the left foot out, kick the heel out, and see, can you start to get here towards a classical stance, right? If you don't feel you're really there yet, maybe you want to do an extra one, right? Go wide, go wide. So you have a typical stance for your Trikonasana now. And bend your right knee slightly. It's not Virabhadrasana 2, you're just softening the knee a little bit. Turn the knee back, turn the thigh back, pull the leg bone up, crawl your fingers higher, higher. Maximize this length, more and more. Roll your left shoulder back, head back a bit, chest open, breathe. Okay, roll the edge of the left foot down, press back, Uttita Trikonasana. Find it. All right, and then release. Heel toe yourself back, lower your right foot from the wall, and just stand for a moment here in Tadasana. Take a few breaths. Okay, as you're here in this Tadasana, observe yourself. Observe the right side of your body and the left side. Notice where you're sensitive, where you're alert, and where you're not. Where there's maybe a little bit of dullness, a little bit of thickness, right? And just observe. Okay, then release, and now let's do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so turn yourself around, and this time for you, it's gonna be your left foot that's up the wall. Okay, you're gonna have the toe mounds on the ground, toes are flexed. We're starting again with a very narrow Trikonasana stance. And you can even take the arm right up. Okay, you know where we're headed now. Bend your left knee, turn the knee back, turn the thigh back, and as you press down into the floor with your left foot, crawl your fingers higher and higher up the wall. Okay, crawl up, and then let's repeat. Bend the knee, turn the thigh. As you press down into the floor, pull this leg bone up into the hip socket, and simultaneously extend those fingers more and more up the wall. On the back leg, outer hip to ankle bone, right down, roll the edge of the foot, anchor back. So there's some resistance at this outer hip here. Okay, now let's go for a wider stance. Turn the right foot out, kick the heel out, and now you're wider. Okay, try not to slide down the wall with that lifted arm. And then again, bend your left knee, turn the thigh, keep that external rotation, straighten your leg, crawl your fingers up. Head back, chest open, back leg, remember the resistance, roll the edge of the foot down, anchor back. One more time, bend the left knee, turn the thigh, pull your leg bone into the hip, crawl your fingers up. Maximize the length on the underside of your body. Feel it there. Feel your side waist, side ribs, side chest. Where are you short? Where are you open? Where do you easily get the length? And where might you need to focus on it just a little bit more? Okay, going broad again. Step out and repeat. Bend the knee, turn your thigh. Push strongly into the floor, pull the leg bone up, and extend the arm higher and higher. Lengthen the underside of your body. Now on the back arm here, your right arm, roll the shoulder back, head back, chest open, and roll the edge of the foot down. Suck in at this outer hip. Okay, now here you're gonna go for classical. So if you're close, you can stay. If you need to open up a little more, then go for it. And then bend your knee a little. Turn your right leg out. Try not to slide down the wall. Straighten your leg. Reach your arm higher and higher. Lengthen the underside. Okay, feel the difference. Right side, left side. On the underside, you're long. Feel what's happening on the top side here. Okay, head back, chest open. Last time, bend your knee, turn your thigh, externally rotate, push into the floor, pull the leg bone up, reach the fingers even higher. Now from the outer hip to the ankle bone, go down, roll the edge of the foot as well, And Uttita Trikonasana. Lengthen the side body. Reach higher and higher through those fingers. Breathe. Okay, and then release. Carefully come up. You can heel toe yourself to a little bit of a narrower stance. And then again, stand in Tadasana. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Okay, feel your breath. Where does one breath begin? Where does it go? Notice if the breath is smooth or rough, if it feels spacious or maybe concentrated. Observe. All right. The next pose we're going to do is a supported Vaccina. Okay, so you'll need a chair, a bolster, and it might be helpful to put some rubber. You can take another mat and place it, or a piece of a mat, which is what I've done, so that the bolster doesn't slide around. It may not anyway, so if you don't have something extra, it's no problem. You can make it work. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is this area right here, my pelvic, my waist is up here, the pelvic bones, my hip bones are here, and it's this area, kind of this like dimple area. Leg bone comes up right there. That area is gonna hook on the side of the chair, and that's gonna be a little resistance here. It's the head of the femur bone. It's the top part there of the femur bone. It would be in line with that. Okay, so what you do is you position yourself here like that, connect it to the chair, and then adjust yourself like so. Okay, if you can't reach the floor with your right hand, build it up, put a brick there. Okay, now notice here, my top leg is just kind of floating, right? That's fine, leave it like that for right now. Now with your outer right hip being pushed up with the help of the chair, lengthen from your inner groin to your inner heel, and see if you can try to get that big toe mound to go towards the floor. Okay, now roll yourself from right to left. Yeah, right to left. That's it. Feel the length through the underside of your body, right? Similar to how we worked in Uttita Trikonasana. And just be here. Inhale, exhale, turn yourself from right to left. Okay, throw your head back a little bit, chest open. You can also raise your arm straight up here and just see how that feels. Okay, and then release. Okay, now next variation, we're going to stay on this side. You can bend your knee and then take hold here of your big toe. And with this grip, externally rotate your left leg, turn it out, and then extend the leg up to the ceiling here. Now again, turn yourself towards the left and move that leg back. Move it back towards the back of the chair. Okay, now from your outer hip on the left side, reach that way so that this side waist area doesn't shorten. Okay, reach it away. I have to get a grip again. Okay, roll that outer hip away from you. And then move the leg back, head back, and find length on the underside with feedback from the bolster, from the support, and then on the top side, working with that hip action. Okay, now if this position of the leg, the arm, is not reasonable, it's not within your reach, maybe you'd like to try a Rikshasana Variation. My legs are slippery today. Okay, and with your foot on your inner thigh, turn your leg out, move the knee back, but still get that length through the side waist. Okay, roll back, head back, and roll towards the chair back. Okay, and then release. Okay, carefully bring yourself back up and stand for a moment in Tadasana. Okay, let's go for the second side. Okay, so now on this side, you're gonna shift the bolster close to the edge. And again, the head of the femur bone, where the femur bone would end, you're gonna hook that to the edge of the chair seat. Okay, and then lengthen yourself over the support. Okay, hand is supported either by the floor or by a brick if you need to raise the floor up. Okay, and then it might be easy to lean a little forward, so remind yourself, roll back and open yourself up, this time from left to right. Okay, top leg here can just hover, and with that support from the chair at the head of the femur bone there, suck in, right? It's helping that cause, but from the inner leg, reach away and aim your big toe mound down. Okay, breathe here. Okay, sometimes I hold the back of the chair to help get that rotation. Okay, this rotation here, it's not dissimilar to Trikonasana. Okay, see if you can find that connection, that relationship. Okay, and then going for the leg position here of Vaccina, bend the knee, take hold of your big toe, deepen your hip socket, rotate your right thigh outward, and extend the leg up. Okay, and again, move the leg back towards the chair back, towards the frame of the chair. Okay, straighten your bottom leg, suck in there at the outer hip, inner leg, reach down, and then from your right outer hip there, reach away, right? In my case, this is towards the rope wall. Okay, and lengthen your side waist. Feel how long you are on the underside of the body. Notice what happens when you're touching support, how the awareness, the sensitivity changes a little bit. And then how much length can you create for yourself on the top side? So in this case, on your right side of the torso. Okay, throw the leg back, throw your head back, chest open, and revolve. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Okay, and again, if this leg position isn't available for you right now, then go for Rikshasana. Okay, where you take the leg. See if I'm less slippery on this side. Okay, and then turn your knee, turn your thigh, like so. Okay, then avoid letting the knee fall forward. Move it back, move it back, move it back. And stay for a little bit. Okay, and then release. Carefully come up. And again, Tadasana. Just Tadasana to consolidate, to recalibrate. Okay, inhale, exhale. Okay, moving on. We're going next for Parrita Konasana. Okay, and for this asana, a chair. We're going to do a presentation with a chair. You're welcome to sit up on a little bit of height if for your seated poses you tend to do so, you like to do so. Yeah, okay, so go ahead, take height if you need it, and then separate your legs into Uttita Trikonasana. Now the type of chair I'm using is what we typically refer to as a yoga chair. It's got the back and it's also got a bar here, and we're going to take advantage of that. Okay. Broaden the back of your thighs and sit tall. Just take a second, let your attention, your awareness drop down and connect those buttock bones to your base, to whatever it is you're seated on. Okay, anchor down through the corners of your hips and lift up through the sides of your body. So much of what we've been doing is about side body length, side body extension, right? So find that here, even in your seated position. Okay, now as you inhale, lift up a little more, exhale, and turn yourself to your left. Okay, the chair is on the right side. Turn yourself to your left and lift up. Okay, turn the base of your abdomen more and more to the left side. Now keeping this rotation to the left, and again, I'm taking you back to Uttita Trikonasana, to Vaccina, that rotation of the torso. Exhale, and then hinge to the right. You get it? So turn to the left, but hinge to the right. And reach for the bottom bar of the chair. Okay? And then drop your elbow down. Okay, the challenge here is, can you create length on the side waist, right? That will be typically where it'll want to go short. Okay, lift up, turn yourself, exhale, keeping this length, hinge to the right, hold the chair. Now press your elbow against your inner leg there and turn yourself even more. Now in the same way that we did in Vaccina, right, you roll towards the back of the chair. Here again, roll your torso, roll your shoulder in a similar manner. Now you may feel that you can take your elbow, your right elbow, and move it forward, away from the leg, and that might give you a little more length there. You can see if you can facilitate that. Okay, now take your other arm, the right hand, and reach it over your head for the top of the chair. And now bending both elbows away from one another, revolve yourself even more. Throw your head back and go back again like you did against the chair in Vaccina. Anchor down through the corners of your hips. You can pull those leg bones into the hip socket and then revolve yourself even more. Turn the base of the abdomen from right to left. Okay, press your elbow down, could be against your leg, and then turn even more. Throw the head back, move the thoracic spine in, revolve. Reach those elbows away from one another, away from one another. Okay, and then release. Bring yourself back up to a seated position and join your legs, Dandasana. Okay, as with many of these lateral poses, right side, left side, they're so different, right? So then again, in your consolidating pose, right now we're doing Dandasana, observe this. Feel where you're alert. Feel where you're dull. Notice if the breath is being encouraged to a particular part of the body, having just done this one-sided lateral pose. Okay, and then release. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side, and I do want to show you actually one modification. Let's see here. So let's just say that you hinge and the elbow doesn't come to the floor. Well, just like with anything, if your hand doesn't reach the floor for Trikonasana, we put a brick to raise the floor up. So same here. You can put a brick here. You can put a soft brick. You can even put a rolled blanket so that when you land, the elbow is touching something. Okay, so please don't hesitate to make your setup perfect for you. Okay, we're all different shapes, different sizes, different proportions, stiff in some places, flexible in other places, right? We want to make the setups really work for each of us individually, okay? So Parrita Janushrasana, going to the left now, chair on the left side, sit up on height if that's what you need, broaden the back of your thighs, just make tense with your fingertips behind you here for a moment, roll your shoulders back, and lift your chest. Press your knees down, thighs down, anchor your hips, lift up through the side waist, lift up through the side ribs and side chest. Okay, learn to distinguish these different zones in the body. Breathe. Okay, now from here, turn yourself to the right. Okay, right hand in front, the left hand the left hand in front, the right hand a little behind you. Lift and turn yourself to the right. Try to aim your navel and center it along your right leg there. Turn yourself. On the inhale, lift, Exhale, turn more. Now with this rotation, feel the length on this side of the body particularly. Feel on both sides, but especially here on the left side. And in a moment, we're gonna hinge to the left, but can you keep the length even as we're hinging, okay? So lift up, turn to the right just a little more. Now keeping this length on the left side of your body, exhale and hinge yourself to the left. Hinge, elbow comes down, whether it's on the floor or on a little bit of height, totally up to you. For right now, the right hand can be on your sacrum, wrap the elbow back and lengthen yourself down your leg. Okay, now turn more, revolve. You can in fact take your right hand, reach under you and try to facilitate that length, right? Take the flesh there and draw it forward so that you don't shorten. Okay, press your arm against your leg, see what that does for you. From the fulcrum, you can get even more length. And then if you can, if it's available, you can see if this helps a little more still. You can move the elbow forward and away from the leg to both draw the shoulder blade under and bring that rotation and length through the side body. Okay, now take the top arm, your right arm up, take hold of the top of the chair. Keep a bend in both elbows and reach the elbows away and turn. It's as if you're trying to lay your back body, right, on your left thigh. Revolve yourself. Anchor down through your hips. Make that right hip heavy, descend into the right buttock still, and turn yourself. Feel what's happening on the right side of your body, the left side of your body. Parrita Janushrasana. Head back, chest open, breathe. Okay, and then release, come back to the center, and again, join your legs, Dandasana. Next, we're going for Parrita Janushrasana. Okay, and we're going to use the chair, but in a different way. So begin in Dandasana, and then bend your right leg to the side. Okay, you can just have a loose bend. You're going to reach underneath here, lift the leg up, deep in this hip socket, externally rotate, and then draw the leg into Janushrasana position, right? You're coming to the top of the foot, ankle, shin bone, and heel is coming nice and close towards your own groin there. Okay, then in Parrita Janushrasana, okay, you would turn yourself towards the bent leg and then hinge away, right? So same ideas that we've been working with. Oh, I forgot to mention. If for some reason the bent knee position is really not a good idea for you today, please repeat Uttita. You can still do the work that we're going to do with the chair, but just in that straight-legged Uttita position, okay? All right, so now Parrita Janushrasana, you turn towards your bent leg and hinge in the opposite direction so that you've got that elbow against the leg, fulcrum, right? What you're going to do this time is take your folding chair, okay, keep it folded and have the flat surface, the chair surface facing you. It's upside down, and place the top part of the chair, the frame of the chair here, right into your groin, like this, push down. And then carefully, the same way that you would push your elbow against your inner leg, you're gonna adjust yourself so now the elbow is coming, right? You have to have this correct hand position. So I'm just trying to be really explicit here how to get there. Okay, the elbow is coming forward so that you can grip all the chair legs in one here. Okay, then you can maneuver your other hand over top and reach for the other set of chair legs. Okay, now inhale, lengthen the sides of the body, exhale, and turn towards your bent knee. Turn towards your bent knee. You can still work with that bend in the elbows, right? You can see my top elbow bending up and back, And then reach your head back for the chair and turn. Try to lay yourself on the chair. Now, what's so lovely, I find, about this presentation is that the chair is a weight. So give yourself a second here to kind of like surrender into the weight. Play around with it and see if as you can see like I'm bouncing around a little. As you move around here like this, can the weight of the chair pull you down a little more, while all the while still keeping the length, okay? Bend your elbow up, the right elbow up, and turn yourself from left to right. Revolve, head back, and then again, go down more. See what is the value, the benefit here of using the prop in this way. Okay, you're trying to go down, you're trying to turn, and be with this. Parrita Janushrasana. Breathe. Feel the length on the right side and left side. Okay, as you stay here, see if things change, if you can go a little further down. And then also notice the touch of the chair into that groin region. I don't know if you remember, but early in the practice, Trikonasana, I made a remark about how you work with the legs is going to affect how much length you can accomplish in your side body. So by grounding that groin, by deepening that groin, descending it with the help of the chair, can you create freedom for the side waist even more? All right. And then release. Carefully undo yourself from the chair. And then carefully, again, come back up. You can come up through Rikshasana and extend your leg to straight, Dandasana. Okay, second side. Okay, so I'll just turn around this way. And again, if the Janushrasana position is not particularly, working for you today, please, from Uttita Trikonasana, an excellent option. Okay, bend your left leg, reach forward, turn at the hip, come onto the top of the foot, shin bone, and heel comes close to its own groin there. Okay, knee goes back. Okay, now inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn towards the bent leg. Okay, you want to see that you're keeping on the right side of your body here the length through the side waist. Okay, so, the whole side body, waist, ribs, chest, everywhere. Lift up, lengthen, and turn. Now in the same way, when we hinge, you turn to the knee, but hinge away from the knee. You would press your elbow against the leg. So you want to use the chair in a similar manner. Okay, take hold of your folding chair. Descend the frame into the top of the root of the thigh, the groin area. And now take your right hand forward so that the elbow this time would press more along the chair. Okay, and then I've reached my fingers around both pieces of the chair legs to keep everything secure. And then walk your other hand back, try to reach the other side of the chair, other chair legs. And now again, exhale and go down. Okay, turn yourself towards the bent leg, and with each exhalation, release down. Turn, go down. Turn, go down. Head back against the chair seat. You've got that flat surface, and in fact, you can try to roll your left back ribs towards the chair seat and slide the right side kind of forward. Yes, and then as before, play with the weight distribution here, okay? The weight of the chair. See what happens when you use it to go down. See what happens when you roll back into it. Okay, now if you're feeling like the pressure of the chair into the groin is, extremely unpleasant, just put a blanket there. Open a blanket or a towel, even a little piece of mat might do the trick. Okay, don't suffer through that. Some people are sensitive, some people, are not, so you just make it so that that's not a distraction for you. Okay, and then be in this pose. Reach the top elbow up and turn yourself right to left. Okay, press your left knee back, revolve the abdomen right to left, torso, head back, like you were rolling your torso in the Vaccina, right? Go back, and then down, down. Breathe here. I like this one. We can stay. Okay, that straight leg is active. Open the foot, be alert there. Knee down, thigh down, receive the weight into your groin, and then lengthen the right side of waist towards your right foot. Okay, and then again, release carefully. Undo yourself from the chair. Lay it down, come up through Marichiasana, and then extend your leg to straight. Dandasana. Okay, now to end your practice, we're going to go into Pachimotanasana. So often I find, after doing the lateral positioning, so much it's like a spotlight on the differences right side and left. You can really zero in on the uniqueness of each side and respond appropriately. But then after doing that one-sided work, I always enjoy coming forward in an even way, okay, or doing some kind of pose where both sides are even. So you can take now, one variation would be to do with the chair, okay, but this time I would turn the chair so that the inside, the bucket of the chair seat is facing you. And once again, press down into those groins. Hold the top chair legs to do this, right? Press the thighs down. And then exhale and come forward, right? And you can do a little bit of bouncing because, I find the bouncing, we resist sometimes. And so if you can just kind of give into it a little bit with some bouncing, right? You let go of unnecessary gripping. Okay, and then settle into it and be there. Okay, you can stay in this position, but I would like to also show just with a bolster in case this chair option is not that appealing for you at this moment. Okay, so another option could be to be in your Pachimotanasana, coming forward and placing your head, your elbows on a bolster. Okay, you can build up this height as you need. Okay, whichever presentation you've chosen, stay with it. Connect this to your breath. So on the inhale, lengthen yourself forward, and on the exhale, descend. Descend the back onto the front. Okay, breathe. Okay, that brings us to the end. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Flexibility, I do find that sometimes is a goal that many people have, and flexibility for the sake of flexibility, it's not something that I particularly value. However, this relationship between removing stiffness in the body and removing stiffness in the mind, I think is a fascinating relationship. And so in your effort to create flexibility, I hope that you will explore that connection. This practice, these side bending poses, certainly I think there's an effect on flexibility, the malleability of some of the muscles in different areas in the body. But there's an openness and an expansiveness that comes with these asanas that I find really can open us up to possibility. So if you're looking for a fresh, new approach, a new beginning, or as you know, as I titled this practice, a flexible mind, then I'd bookmark this one. Yeah, I think this is a good practice to go back to. Thank you again, and let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know how this one landed for you, and I look forward to practicing with you again.